everyone. Aubrey Warren here with Rockstar Presenters and Namaste Family Fitness, Team Beachbody Coach. You can find me at www.bootyshakenyogi.com. If you're interested in any health and nutrition or workout questions or needs, you can also find me at namastefamilyfitness@gmail.com. So, it's time for the pose of the week. We have been breaking down the Sun Salutation. We finished it, and now I would like to start adding in poses that are easy for transition into a Sun Salutation. Today we're going to start with low lunge, high lunge, and crescent lunge, all variations of the same pose that are generally found somewhere within the Sun Salutation, and it's easy to throw in. So let's break it down. Starting from a kneeling position or all fours, whichever you prefer, we're going to step our right leg forward. So our right knee and ankle should be in line. This is a hip flexor stretch. We're going to sink down into the position. Wherever you feel the stretch is when you know you're doing it right. The first time I did this pose, I remember feeling really wobbly. It's a slightly balancing posture. So if that's the case for you, imagine yourself kicking the floor away with your front foot, with your right foot, to help maintain a level of balance. So as we sink down, you should feel a hip flexor stretch. If you want to intensify the posture, you can always tuck your toe and lift your knee. Now, a big mistake I see people doing in this posture is wanting to come up because they think there's something magical about coming into high lunge, and so they lose the hinge in the knee joint. So you want to come down lower so you feel a stretch in this hip flexor and also get the benefit of strengthening of the quadricep like a lunge. Your back knee is straight, pressing through the heel, your toes are spread. You can either, let's also make sure our shoulders are directly over our hips. I sometimes see people like this. So pull it back. So it's a slight back bend. Lower body sinks while the upper body lifts. Your hands can be on your thigh if you need to for balance. If you want to go deep into the stretch, you can always come down low. Or you can always have your hands at heart center or biceps by your ears with your shoulders relaxed down and back. It's completely your choice. Another level of this pose is to have the top of the foot on the mat and to lift up into full crescent lunge. This is very challenging. You don't see people doing very often, especially in basic, more beginner classes. So let's add this to the Sun Salutation, shall we? So we're starting off in mountain pose, finding our strong mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, sit down into our chair. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale, offer the heart, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold. Today we're going to step back with our right foot into our runner's lunge. We're going to lower our right knee down, sink down, and then inhale up. Exhale, pull down. I'm going to tuck my right toe, downward facing dog. And then flow through, inhaling plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Now just for today, for transition, I'm going to bring my right leg back up to the sky for one-legged down dog, and then reach the right leg through. I'm going to sink that left knee down to the mat and inhale up. So now you see I'm in the lunge on the other side. Exhale, release. Left toe tucks, forward fold, bow down, and inhale up. Exhale, sit down into your chair. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Offer your heart monkey pose and forward fold. Now this time I'm going to step back with my left foot and go into my high lunge just for today. Inhaling up. Exhale, pull down. Downward facing dog. Flowing through, inhaling plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, one-legged down dog, and swing it through into a lunge position. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, pull down. Forward folding, bowing down. And inhaling all the way up. Sitting down into our chair, I'm just going to show you one last option. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward folding, swan diving. Offering that heart monkey pose. Forward folding. Now hopping or walking back like we've been doing. Chaturanga, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Now here's a place where you can just go right into it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flow through. Low lunge or high lunge, inhale up. Exhale, pull down. Down dog. Left leg lifts. Flow through. Sink down, inhale up. Exhale down. Downward facing dog. Looking forward, hopping or walking forward, forward folding, down, down. And inhaling up. Exhale. Excellent. Now, future poses of the week, I'm no longer going to be adding it into the Sun Salutation. Just know that's a good way to transition. Every pose that we're going to be doing for the next couple weeks will be easily added in, just where I added in those lunges, okay? Now, lesson for the week, yoga lesson for the week. Pranayama means breathing exercises. So let's back up. The physical practice of yoga is called asana. It's not called yoga. Yoga is the whole philosophy, which also includes asana, which is the physical practice. Pranayama are breathing exercises. So generally, during most yoga practices, most instructors cue Ujjayi, or victorious breath. So let's break down how we do this. Imagine hollowing out the back of the throat, opening up the glottis to create the sound of the ocean. And as you do, you're going to pull the breath down into the low back and the belly. The chest will slightly rise. And on the exhale, imagine that you have a piece of glass or a nose, or a piece of glass or a mirror in front of your nose. So with each exhalation, you imagine fogging up that mirror, fogging up that piece of glass. So inhaling the ocean, exhaling steam or fog. Let me do that a couple more times, see if you can hear my breath. You allow this to be your auditory focus. So when your mind wanders during class, you just keep asking yourself, can I hear the sound of my own deep breath? And if the answer is no, you just bring it back time and time and time again. I find in my own practice, when the class gets very challenging, whether it be mentally, emotionally, or physically, I turn to my breath even deeper, and my breath gets more intense and more audible as the practice gets harder. So you may find that as well, but start practicing Ujjayi with your Sun Salutation. Let's end with one Om today. Ready? Let's take a deep inhale, close our eyes or leave them open. I hope you have a wonderful week. See you next time. Namaste.